Welcome to Wondermark number 1376. So most Wondermark comics start their life as just reams and paragraphs of dialogue that the characters have to be fit in around. But in this case, I know that this is going to be a visual punchline. I already have the concept. I don't really care about the precise wording of the dialogue, so I'm just going to leave room for it and add it later. In the meantime, I know how many panels it's going to be, so I'm going to start with the images and build it panel by panel. So the main character is going to be in every panel. He's going to be in different poses though. So based on how he looks in the first panel, I have to recreate a similar looking character in each subsequent panel in a different pose. Well, luckily, I don't have more than one drawing of this guy, but I do have drawings of anyone else from the Victorian era. They're all wearing the same jacket. It's very sartorially typical. So hands and cuffs and everything can come from anybody, and they all look like they basically match. So you just pick the ones that work the best. And then you just take the vest from the first guy, put it on the second guy, give him the same props, and then underneath the books, that shadow that comes from under the table from the original source image. Just wanted to point that out, because I'm good at my job. And then you now have another panel of the same character built using an image of a different person. And then the pinstripes, bring it home. Dave Malky has a rule about pinstripes. If you can add pinstripes, add pinstripes. So now we've got this one particular character. He's also holding this iPhone, but I don't have a drawing from the Victorian era of an iPhone. What I do have is a drawing of a square. And you can look back at the time lapse, you only see it in a couple frames, but it's actually the panel from a wooden door. So it doesn't even really matter what it started at. As long as it's the right shape, you can make it into something that works. So this cross glare in the third panel there at the bottom, that's a comic strip icon for night. But then I realized once I put in this more realistic drawing of a stairway behind him, where is that glare falling? It actually doesn't work logically. So instead, he's in the dead of night. That's the third panel. And then all we need is a setup now. So I left a little room for dialogue. I just put in very basic dialogue to establish the premise. And that's all we need to tell this story. Now, it doesn't look necessarily like a self-portrait of Dave Malky, but it is.